Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yandan with the evening news. The headlines. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio says Power Department putting in all efforts to improve revenue collection and generation of power. Principal Secretary Power Vizo inaugurates Go Live of Enterprise Resource Planning Project. Dimapur Commissioner of Police prescribes speed limit for all types of motor vehicles. And Nagaland all set to host the second South Asian Athletics Federation Cross Country Championships and the 56th National Cross Country Championships tomorrow. As we start the bulletin, we appeal our listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 by following these 4 simple steps. Get fully vaccinated, wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio has said that the state government was putting in all efforts to improve revenue collection, prevention of revenue losses and generation of power. Replying to queries raised by members in the House yesterday, Rio said Nagaland will be able to generate more than 300 megawatts of power in the next 3 to 5 years. He said 200 megawatts of the power generated will be used by the state, while the remaining 100 megawatts will be sold. Rio said the department is aggressively keeping a check on power theft to prevent revenue losses. The Chief Minister said installation of prepaid meters in Dimapur and Kohima has resulted in improvement of revenue collection. He said 10,000 smart meters were already installed in Dimapur and more smart meters are currently being installed. Rio said 10,000 smart meters were also installed in Kohima. Principal Secretary Power Vizo today inaugurated the Go Live of Enterprise Resource Planning (ERP) project under the Integrated Power Development Scheme, Department of Power in Kohima. Speaking at the inaugural program, Vizo said that the department has taken a serious decision to implement ERP software system applications and products for office automation. He said that by integrating financial, human resources and resource management, it is expected that a lot of time and expenses will be saved. Vizo further added that the implementation of the ERP will bring transparency, efficiency and accountability to the Power Department. Dimapur Commissioner of Police has issued an order prescribing speed limit for all types of motor vehicles in the interest of public safety and convenience. The order limits the maximum speed to 50 kilometers per hour from Zion Hospital Junction to Jumketima and 30 kilometers per hour within Dimapur town area. These speed limits will be implemented from 1st of next month and will continue to remain in force for 1 month. Nagaland is all set to host the second South Asian Athletics Federation SAAF Cross Country Championships and the 56th National Cross Country Championships at Indira Gandhi Stadium in Kohima tomorrow. 5 South Asian countries, namely Bangladesh, India, Maldives, Nepal and Sri Lanka, are participating in the championships. Out of the nearly 600 participants in the events, about 50 athletes will compete in the international section and 34 states and boards in the national section. A total of 8 events will take place for both the championships. Addressing media persons this evening, President of Athletics Federation of India, AFI, Adele J. Sumriwala, said it is looking forward to the events and expressed happiness that the Nagaland Athletic Association has put in their efforts in terms of preparation, providing facilities to the athletes and technical assistance. He said the AFI believes the Northeast region has tremendous talents and hope that the youngsters will get enthusiastic to come and look at this event and take part in the sports. He said the AFI is trying to do talent identification through the event and to support Nagaland, where high performances coaches were given to train the state team. President SAAF Dr. Lalit K. Panot said due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there was no international program in South Asia for the past 2 years. He said this event will be a good exposure for the athletes. Dr. Panot said the event will also boost their athletes in Nagaland. Associate Vice President AFI and advisor to Nagaland CM Abu Mehta informed that out of the actual budget of 4.6 crore rupees, Estimated for the events, Nagaland government has sanctioned 2.3 crore rupees, of which 50% of the amount sanctioned have been received. Mehta said Bank of Baroda is sponsoring 18 lakh rupees for the event. Meanwhile, Kohima District Administration has issued traffic regulation for smooth conduct of the events. Vehicular movement has been totally restricted till 6 p.m. tomorrow in the stretch of road on National Highway 2 between Indira Gandhi Stadium and KMC Tata Parking, Northfield Junction. No heavy vehicles will be allowed to ply in Kohima Municipal New Capital Complex area from 6 a.m. tomorrow. Further, no parking will be allowed from New NST to Razu Point to Northern Gate of local ground. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Nagaland today reported 3 fresh COVID-19 positive cases, increasing total case detection in the state to 35,470. State Health and Family Welfare Department said Dimapur, Gifford and Walker reported 1 fresh case each. Meanwhile, the state also reported 11 recoveries from the infection, 10 from Kohima and 1 from Dimapur. The total recovery from the infection has now increased to 33,208. Current active case in the state is 20. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today moved the Finance Bill 2022 for consideration and passage in the Lok Sabha. Initiating the debate, Gaurav Gogoi of Congress said the country is recovering from the pandemic, but the recovery is unequal. Gogoi criticized the government over price rise. He raised the issue of high earners leaving the country and further asked the government's plan in the wake of the Ukraine crisis. He also urged the government on extension of tenure of GST compensation. Nishikant Dubey of BJP said no economy in the world has escaped from the problems that came from the pandemic and congratulated the finance minister on the bill. Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority (NSDMA) in an advisory has informed that thunderstorm accompanied by lightning and gusty winds is very likely in certain pockets in the districts of Peren, Dimapur, Kohima, Walker, Mugukchung, Mon and Longling in the coming days. NSDMA Home Department has urged the public to exercise caution to avoid any eventualities during this period. NSDMA also requested all the DDMAs and other line departments to be on alert to save lives and properties during this monsoon period. Meanwhile, weather update issued by NSDMA in coordination with the Regional Meteorological Center Guwahati said Nagaland will experience fairly widespread light to heavy rainfall in the coming days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today shared a booklet showcasing the interesting aspects of last month's Mann Ki Baat episode. The booklet has interviews of those who were featured in last month's program. This month's Mann Ki Baat program is scheduled at 11 a.m. on Sunday. It will be the 87th episode of the monthly radio program in which the Prime Minister will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad. The program will be broadcast on the entire network of All India Radio and Doordarshan, AIR News website and News on Air mobile app. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR and DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. BJP leader Yogi Adityanath today took oath as the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh for the second term. Governor Anandiben Patel administered the oath of office and secrecy to Adityanath in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh and other central ministers. Chief Ministers of BJP-ruled states were also present in the event. Besides Adityanath, 52 ministers also took oath. Maurya and Pathak will serve as Deputy Chief Ministers in the new government. And now to the news, here are main points again. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio says Power Department putting in all efforts to improve revenue collection and generation of power. Principal Secretary Power Gedi Vizo inaugurates Go Live of Enterprise Resource Planning Project. Dimapur Commissioner of Police prescribes speed limit for all types of motor vehicles. And Nagaland all set to host the second South Asian Athletics Federation Cross Country Championships and the 56th National Cross Country Championships tomorrow. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.